Hi there. I just wanted to do an update video on why I haven't been uploading for a little while now. On, God, what date was it? Sorry, I have to actually look at the calendar because it was, for me, it was Monday. Monday, August 10th. On Monday, August 10th, I don't know if you heard about it, but here in the Midwest, we had a massive, massive windstorm slash thunderstorm, because there was a little bit of thunder here and there, but it was a massive windstorm. We had winds up reaching up to, I think, 112 mile per hour in a lot of areas, and it did over 240 miles worth of damage. A lot of people, including us, were without power. Luckily enough, we got our power back after 8 hours. But there was a lot of people who didn't get their power back, and I don't know if they still have their power back yet. But a lot of people didn't get their power back till just, Saturday, which was yesterday for me. But that was, about 6 days without power. And we just got our internet back just the other day, too. So that's one reason why I haven't been able to upload, because no internet, no power, kind of makes it a little difficult to edit and upload videos. But I also ended up getting sick during this time. I had a horrible sinus infection, which is now, for the most part, cleared up. But now I have a chest cold, which I'm still, going to be recovering from. But I'm also still recording and whatnot. And you'll be getting another upload today, when this goes up, I guess, of a game I'm going to be playing. And I mentioned a little bit in there about us having a horrible storm and whatnot, but this storm was like a land hurricane for the Midwest, and it was pretty bad. I was at home with my son, my husband was at work, and I went to lay down because I wasn't feeling very well. And this is when I was just starting to get the sinus infection. And I went to go lay down for a short nap, and my 12-year-old came in, and he's like, Mom, the lights went out, and they're starting to flicker again. They came back on and started flickering. I was like, oh, okay, well, we were supposed to have a pretty decent storm. We had a warning about, hey, a big storm's coming. And I looked out the window, and we have a bush right outside, because I'm looking at my window right here, and my window's right there. We had a bush and a cornfield there. And I looked out there, and all the corn was like this instead of like this. That bush was like this. And I was like, oh, well, I haven't seen it have that angle before. Okay, this is some pretty strong winds out there, and it's a lot of rain. And I was like, okay. Went into my my living room, because I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna be sleeping. There's a storm going on. My son's obviously nervous, and he very well, I understand why. It's a pretty strong ass winds coming up. And I sat on my couch. And my couch, it looks right, like if you sit on it in the spot I like to sit on, you can see right out the balcony door. And out the balcony door, I saw, we have some, like a whole line of trees, like right out there. And I saw the tops of the trees were like that. I didn't see the tops of the trees that I usually saw. And I'm like, oh, haven't seen that part of the sky from here before. That's not good. So got up and went to the balcony and looked out it, and I saw a white plastic chair out there next to a tree. I was like, oh, okay. And I recognized the white plastic chair. It's a white plastic lawn chair that's usually in the front of my apartment building for people to sit on outside. It was around the other side of the apartment building. Yeah, it traveled. It traveled a distance. I looked out there. We have a basketball hoop out in the parking lot, and that thing was going like that. And that thing is like packed down with a bunch of dirt to keep it level and everything like that. But that sucker was going, and I was waiting to see if it was going to blow over. Well, luckily enough, around my apartment area, we didn't really have that much damage. There was one. It was a small tree. It wasn't that big. That thing cracked in half towards the bottom. It was cracked in half and laying on somebody's car. Almost laid on my friend's van, but her van was just far enough away. It was fine. It didn't do any damage to the car, but it was cracked. And then my husband called me, and he's like, well, we lost power at the plant, which is like 5 minutes away from our place. And when he's talking about that, the lights completely went out in our place. I was like, oh, well, we just lost power too. So, and oh, hey, look, it's not coming back on. All right, good thing I charged my phone. And he was talking, to me and whatnot, and they sent him home for the day because no power. You can't really work a factory with no power because the machines aren't working. So they sent him home, and the storm was just starting to die down and everything like that when he got into the car and he was coming home. And he was telling me about the destruction in this city. He came off, he said a whole building's roof was blown off, and it was a metal roof that was just crumpled. There were several large trees that were snapped and laying in the road that he had to do a whole bunch of different back roads just to get home. And we had several down power poles. Not just the lines, the poles themselves. There was I think 4 or 5 of them. I can see from my bedroom window, but it's across the cornfield and everything like that. But there was 4 or 5 of them just downed. And that was just right there. I live in a small town. It's a 3-mile around town. So, very small town. But there was a lot of damage. The good thing is my city tends to jump on things quickly. So as soon as the storm died down, people were out there cutting up the down trees and removing them off the road as fast as they could and just getting everything, back in working order. But everybody was without power. The entire place was down. And I know if I'm correct, majority of Iowa was without power. And then with our internet, with the power poles down, the internet's not going to work very well. But there's also a part that's, I don't know how far away from us it is. It's in another city, but it's not too far from us. It's a drive. You can drive there easily. But apparently a mile's worth of their fiber optics lines that help transfer the freaking internet through, a mile's worth of it was just shredded. So they were waiting on the power companies to help, to get their stuff up and going so they can get theirs up and going. And after 6 days, we finally got our internet back. And I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot in retrospect, but in the end run, I can't do anything on YouTube if I don't have the internet to upload it. And then when you have no power, you can't record anything or edit anything. And then when you get sick, you can't do any of it. So I'm finally starting to feel better. I still have the chest congestion going on. I still have some upper congestion going on, but I'm doing a lot better. So be looking forward to the fact that I will be making videos and uploading videos again. And hopefully you guys didn't go too crazy while waiting for me. There's going to be some more Majora's Mask coming. You'll be seeing later on today, I'm uploading another game. I'm not going to say what it is because you'll have to just wait and see for it yourself. Which, by the time it goes up, you guys probably haven't even watched this yet because, I mean, come on. It takes a little while because everybody's got jobs. People got lives. I understand that. But if you were wondering where I was, that's what happened. We had massive storm, no power, no internet, and then sick. Which now my son is sick, so it's kind of going around the house a little bit, and but everything's starting to get back to normal. And hopefully we don't have any more horrible storms coming through and I don't get horribly sick again. And we can continue this and I can play more games because I like playing video games. Yeah. But just wanted to give you guys that update. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.